الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. One of the aspects of Umrah and Hajj in general is the sense of unity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes everybody display. You will see, especially when it comes to the status, completely disappears. Whatever status that is, whether that is the status of knowledge, a scholar looks exactly like a common person who has no knowledge. A wealthy looks like a poor. Um, the well-connected is the same as just ya ayyuhan. It is the unity in the uniform is essentially one of the most apparent displays in that sight of everybody, whether that is in Hajj or Umrah, in those holy sites. You see that ihram, especially for men, they're all stripped away from all the things that really connect them to this worldly, physical world. Uh, your wealth, you don't have any. Your status, you don't have any. I am so and so and all those labels, nobody sees them written on your forehead. You don't see anything. And this is exactly how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to walk away from that sight and from that that experience. المقلون هم المكثرون يوم القيامة يقول عليه الصلاة والسلام. He says عليه الصلاة والسلام that those who have little in this world are the ones who will come with abundance on the day of judgment. What does that mean? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strips you away during that experience, although it may be in a very short period of time, but it strips you away from the connection of what gives you a sense of belonging, a sense of power, a sense of control in this world. And you're stripped away from all of that. Why? So you can focus on what is the most essential thing for your existence in this life, and that is the focus on building your home of eternity in the akhirah. And this is why you're stripped away from anything that has to do with your connection with the material world. Instead, the gates towards the divine world is wide open before you. You have the Kaaba open before you. You have Salah open before you. You have Sadaqah open before you. You have Dhikr open before you. And every opportunity is calling you for forgiveness and pardon from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this exactly is the building material for your home in the akhirah. It's incredible. That's why he says sallallahu that those who have a little connection with the material possessions and they will have better chance of focusing on the building material of their akhirah. That's why he says those who have little connection with the materials of this world, they will have abundance of, when it comes to the access of their home for the akhirah, they will come with abundance of hasanat, abundance of forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this essentially is what the essence of that trip represents at the end. You go all the way to Hajj or Umrah, you spend time, money, effort, the traveling, you go through all of that hardship. What for? What for? It has to be something that is greater than what connects you to this world, whether that is your possessions of wealth, possessions when it comes to your connection with the loved ones, with whether that is family, work, place, job, whatever it is, that your social outlet, all of that, and you left all of that. It has to be a better alternative and a better incentive that you are seeking, that you left all of it, even if it is for a short period of time. Nonetheless, it is something that you want to put ahead of all of this. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to take the taste of, even when you come back. This is the moral lesson you walk away with. This is the discipline you bring home with you. And that is, give more priority in your calendar, in your 24 hours, in your daily slots and the nightly slots for that akhirah of yours. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to walk away with. Otherwise, um, it will be the same as if we were to think about what Ramadan leaves us with. Or when you read the Quran, what does the Quran leave us with? When we walk into a prayer, whether that is 5 times a day, what does it leave us with? You go to Jum'ah, what does it leave you with? You always have to pause for a second and ask the question. You go to your job on a daily basis, but you always have your pulse on exactly the benefits you derive out of a job, and that is your paycheck or this or that or the other. So otherwise, if that one vanishes, what's the point of me really showing up for a job of putting this many hours and this much effort and I don't get anything out of it? Similarly, if that was same mentality by comparison, you take that sense of comparison and you apply it to your salah, you apply it to your Quran, apply it to your Jum'ah, apply it to your Hajj and Umrah. What is it that you come back with? And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us to always keep in mind. There's got to be an incentive that you have to bring home with you, something that you have to bring home with you. And if nothing is the focus on giving priority to your akhirah more than it is this is why the Prophet ﷺ says, Al-muqilluna humul mukthiruna yawm al-qiyamah, that those who have focus on little possessions of this world, they will have better focus should they have that done on, not that they're just pushed in being poor and have less possessions, but you do have access to really having this and that and the other, and yet you make a conscious decision that I am giving priority for my eternal home, for my akhirah over this. This is a medium. They're just means for me. These are just vehicles. These are platforms upon which I build really access to my home for my akhirah. This is the mentality. This is the strategy. This is the conscious comprehension you have to have as to which goes first and which one has the priority in your agenda, in your head, in your belief. And it is with the perception that behavior changes. When you have your perception skewed, so will your behavior. But if you have your perception on point, so will your behavior as well. So ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us amongst those when they heard the speech, they follow the best of it. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam ala Muhammad walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.